So we will now move on to our next presentation. Our next presenter is a very good friend of mine from Indonesia. He is Rudi Salam Sinulingga. He is he lives in Medan, Indonesia, and he is a professional member of the Institute of Global Professionals, works at the Global Education Network, GEN, an international advisor at the ABCD International. He's a member at the Global Trainer Academy, works with the International Internship University, IIU, and he is an English trainer at SMPRK Deli Morni B. Baru in Indonesia. Friends and educators from across the globe, let us all welcome Rudi Salam Sinulingga. Rudi?
Good evening from Indonesia, sir. Especially to Dr. Derry from Philippines, and then my beloved friend, Miss Laura from Romania. Thanks for having me in this international conference. Yesterday we met with Miss Laura at the international webinar too. Yeah. Okay. Today we have a good team. This is about the values education during the COVID-19 values education. During the COVID-19 pandemic, especially I will talk about the situations in our country, Indonesia. I think different countries, different situations. How to change the slide? Sorry.
Is it? Can you try moving it, Rudi?
Wait, sir. Yeah. Yes. Okay, can you see my slide, sir?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Visible.
During this COVID-19 pandemic in our country, Indonesia applied to systems in the learning process. The first ones by applying remote learnings and hybrid learning. So I will show you the situation that in our country, how to apply the especially virtual class. Also, it has many problems because some students live in the rural areas and some students live in the city. So about the facilities and the internet connections, that will become the great problem in our country. So one by one, especially for our teachers, they try to change the schedule. As the regulation from our country applied, if the number of the students is 50 students in a class, so the teachers must be able to divide the number of the students, so there will be 2 sessions in a day. Next. How will the on-campus learning and remote learning programs be implemented in elementary schools? The goal of our on-campus learning plan in the elementary school is to facilitate the continued growth and learning of our students while also providing opportunities for connections and community and maximizing safety. We will continue to provide our strong academic program on campus in the morning with a shift to remote learning in the afternoon, where we focus on curricular community building and social emotional learning. We try to apply the system to minimize the risk of the COVID-19 pandemic spreadings in our country. So because in our country, it's been more than 1 year, okay, conduct online learnings, so it has many problems because it couldn't be applied well how to teach the students. The next one, how will remote learning programs be implemented in the middle school? Our goal in the middle school is to provide rich and challenging programming to advance our students' learning and growth academically and socially, but on healthy friendship. And we also want our students to love school. In remote as well as guys, independent study, students will use technology tool and organization system that will enable them to become a strong independent learners, managing time, collaborating, adapting, and then knowing when how to ask questions are skills that support success in school, maybe now more. So for our students, sometimes there will be a problem because after leaving the school, they don't go to the home, right? But they still discuss with their friends at the school or maybe on the way. And the next one, how will you build a community with both groups or students? Building community is central to the cultures and then effectiveness of the French school in Indonesia schools. Just some of the ways we will build and maintain community during academic include. The first one, adapting the first 6 weeks. So our schools applies that there will be 6 days in a week that the school, the students go to the school and then holding whole class meeting by doing virtual class and many more, including the social, emotional, and ethical learning program in the elementary school, and then intentionally weaving various social and emotional learning opportunities throughout the middle school program. And the next one, including community, building games and opportunities for smaller group and social connections in whole class meeting in the middle schools. And the next one, holding weekly silent meeting virtually for the whole schools in our country. And how will physical distancing be accomplished? Physical distancing, when combined with close mask wearing and frequent and hygiene, is the most effective way currently known to lessening the chances of infection with the COVID-19. Faculty and staff will make every effort to keep students at the 6-foot distance from each other, and sometimes they make 2 meters from one student and to another student. And class size will be limited, divided into 2. For example, the number of the students, there are 40 students in a class for normal situation, but during this COVID-19 pandemic, the number of the class is 50% from the number of the students. And what other health and wellness protocols will be in place? As we can see the slide, that all people entering the school will participate in the wellness check and have their temperatures by using a tool to check the temperature of the students, and all the students and adults will be expected to wear clothes masks or maybe face masks throughout their day and the school, and hand washing or by using soap in front of the schools and maybe at the gate of the schools already prepared it. So every student who wants to join the class, the first one, they want to wash their hands. There will be classroom disinfectant supply kits that include spray bottle and hand sanitizer. And sometimes also in front of the classroom, there will be hand sanitizer. So every student must be able to use that hand sanitizer. And those 2 classrooms will remain open for entry and departure well. A faculty will distribute any item necessary plus for classwork using low touch, and the students will keep individually, so they will be do the social distance. And what families should know? The first one, families will need access to the internet for students to attend class meeting. So sometimes the parents will guide the students to join the online class, but this is the problem. Sometimes before COVID-19 pandemic, all the parents say it's easier how to complain the teachers because they are not the teachers. But during this COVID-19 pandemic, the parents have experienced that how to teach the students is very difficult. And the schools also will provide all students from the primary level, from the junior high school, and sometimes for the senior high schools. And the next one, families should notify the school immediately if family members is diagnosed with the exposed to COVID-19 pandemic. So if the result of the test, for example, the student is positive to have the COVID-19 pandemic, so there will be a discussions, and then the teachers will give the report to the principals, and then the principals will give the report to the government in our country. And an unfolding story. During this COVID-19 pandemic, the operation system in the schools is only 10 or maybe 12 o'clock p.m. So there will be limitations that the schools can operate and how to have the students in the schools. And based on my opinion, that even though in my countries offline class has been running well, but there will be more problems. And our country, especially in my city, that some schools have been closed because some students have COVID-19 pandemics. So that is why our governments, especially related to our educational system, so the schools have been closed and waiting for the confirmations. So all the schools can open again, how to operate the schools, and later on the normal situations can run well. And I think this is about my explanations. Thanks for listening to me.
Thank you very much, Rudi Salam of Indonesia. Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your insights of your school as to what is happening and how is it what you're doing, particularly in integrating values-based education in your school. Thank you very much, Rudi, and we hope to see you in another conference for St. Patrick's School, Philippines, and IIU. Thank you very much. A round of applause for Rudi. There. Thank you very much, Rudi.